Why it sucks to own Geometry Dash. I can't imagine how it does. I don't know. Let's find out. I feel like you'd just be super rich. Wouldn't that be like a really good thing? I don't know. Let's just find out.
Imagine this. You're a solo indie developer that had many different game design attempts in the past. You find a very interesting simple rhythm-based platformer with one button called the Impossible game.
Yeah, this is the OG Geometry Dash right here. This is what inspired Geometry Dash.
You make a game inspired out of it. No lore, just jumps and music. At first, it's just a mobile game, but with an insane catch. It has a level editor for custom maps.
Yep.
People play it on the bus, at school, during breaks. Some get frustrated and quit, others keep going. Then, after
Yo, hold on. He broke. Run that back.
Some get
He broke a keyboard over his head. Over Can't Let Go? That's the level that made him do it. That's the level that made him break a keyboard over his head. That's crazy. That is crazy rage.
Frustrated and quit, others keep going. Then, after updating the game multiple times and adding a bunch of new features, something unexpected happens. Players start pushing the game way beyond what you imagined. Harder and harder demons are created.
These all seem like good things now.
Skill ceiling explodes, and what was known as just an app, now it's a game engine. Years pass, and instead of dying like most mobile games, Geometry Dash becomes one of the most competitive, creative, and demanding games in the world.
No, really, I mean, it's amazing with Geometry Dash. Like, for example, the gap from update 2.1 to 2.2 was 7 years long. And you know what Geometry Dash did? It grew. It, like, doubled in popularity. Tripled even. Which doesn't make sense. Like, what game goes without updates for 7 years and grows? Like, Geometry Dash is just built different, bro. I could not be happier to be doing, like, YouTube for this game. Because, obviously, first of all, I love this game more than anything. Second of all, like, I feel like I don't really have to worry about this game dying. Like, if this game went 7 years with no updates, and the game's still thriving, I think my YouTube channel will be fine.
Sounds good, right? Well, actually, no. Being RobTop sucks. And here's
Bro, what? How? What is their reasoning?
Why. Responsibility. RobTop didn't just create a game, he created a platform. Geometry Dash is no longer...
Yeah, I guess these social aspects, because there's like the messages, and then people get exposed for being bad people. And then it's up to RobTop. He's like, oh boy, do I have to police them now? And then like there's daily chat, which is a whole different issue. Like, I mean, I guess it definitely comes with some stress, but he's also like a multimillionaire now, so, it might be worth it.
Defined by its official levels. It's defined by millions of community-made levels, thousands of creators, and an entire competitive ecosystem. Every single update and even every minor change he makes affects physics consistency, muscle memory built over years, and millions of existing levels. And once a new update is released, there's no undo button. And the fact that he is the only and main responsibility for the development puts all the stakes on his hands.
I guess I could see that, because camera's dead. As I was saying before my camera rudely interrupted, RobTop is literally the only person who rates levels. He's the only person who has to like make the final decision on who to ban and who to send to the Shadow Realm. He's the only person like that does everything. It's an indie developer. Indie gaming is when one person makes a game. So he's an indie developer. Geometry Dash all coded by him. It's all him. He has no employees.
Hands. One small change can break old levels, invalidate challenges, or completely shift what's possible in the game. There are hundreds of known bugs on GD that just can't be patched, because if they do, thousands of levels will just break, including rated ones. Speaking of rated levels, RobTop also has the responsibility of not only rating every single level, but also every day choosing a new daily, every week.
He has to be here every single day. Every single day. He has to be on Geometry Dash and set a daily level. He's the one who does it.
Choosing a new weekly demon, choosing a new event level and gauntlet levels, programming 2.21, assigning new moderators and checking the current ones, and so much more. Sure, he can always hire someone to give the ability to do those things.
Makes you wonder, like, why does he not hire just like one person to rate levels maybe? Like, I mean, that's why I feel like RobTop has to enjoy it. Like, if he hasn't hired any employees after like 10, 12 years, like, you have to just like it at that point, I don't even think it's just like a control thing. Like, I think he just likes the game. he likes what he does and he's fine doing it on his own.
But the main problem is that it would create an inevitable inconsistency between the choices. Some levels would have different standards than others to be rated, and RobTop would still have to monitor the game to see if everything is aligned correctly. He can't just throw it in someone else's hands and hope it will be alright. RobTop is also
he could.
So, in the end, responsible for anything bad that happens in the community itself. For example, when Space UK won the award as the best player from 2021 and
How awkward.
2022, which were uploaded on RobTop's channel, RobTop took the main responsibility to nominate and award him. And now, even after being exposed as a hacker, he is immortalized there and the real winners will never receive their prize. Another really good example, and one of the strongest ones, are dramas towards the moderator team. Each time there's an exposal or leak that one of them did bad stuff, which is usually when they really like children, it also affects RobTop directly.
Whoa, what? Oh yeah, Guitar Hero styles.
Too, since he put those people to represent
He was mod.
the community for years. Not only that, but Geometry Dash is also rated for everyone to play, including...
Bro, that's why I'm surprised that like the App Store doesn't have an issue with all these like horrific like hell levels on the servers, because this game is like rated 4+ on the App Store, I think. So I'm surprised like he never runs into issues with that. Although I think there has been something. I forget what though.
Kids, so he has a responsibility to keep the game clean for everyone. And creators nowadays put the most unexpected things on their levels that he can't rate, sometimes even hidden, going from an innocent middle finger to literally anti-Semitic stuff. RobTop has to be aware when...
I don't even get like why in VSC, which is just a challenge level, they had to put like Nazi stuff. Like, why?
RobTop has to be aware 100% of the time. Update expectations. Geometry Dash updates are not regular updates, they are events. Rob is the only developer the game has as well, so to get a new update, it all depends on how fast he is. And unfortunately, a big part of the community doesn't seem to understand how complicated it is to gather all the valid ideas for the game, program it, design the assets, set the servers, and so much more. Years of wait.
Dude, that's right, because RobTop has to handle like server stuff too, and like servers are just like so weird. I don't even know how to explain them. They're just so strange. Like these gigantic computers that allow people to connect to a network, which in this case is Geometry Dash. Like, how weird.
Build massive expectations, and a lot of times, some stuff just doesn't go as planned. For example, in the most recent update, RobTop officially added his version of CBF to the game, but we already have multiple people complaining because his version is not as good as the modded ones.
Yeah.
If the update is too...
Yeah, I still don't know what the deal with the CBF thing is. But he rated Ashley Wave Trials, which implies that it's at least eventually going to be the same quality. I don't know.
Too small, people say it was pointless. If it's too big, people say it ruined the game. If it adds new mechanics, players complain about overflowing the game. If it doesn't, creators say the game is stagnating. No matter what you do, someone will be disappointed. One of the reasons that Update 2.2 took 7 years to be released was because RobTop was constantly adding new features to it. Not only because he wanted to implement them, but because it was stuff the community was hungry for. It was the biggest
Yeah, that's like, with 2.2, what really happened was like, RobTop added some things, but he took too long with this. He was like, all right, well, I've made people wait for a whole year. I got to add some more to make this worth the wait. Then that went on to 2 years where he was like, oh, I need to add more stuff to make this update worth the wait. Then eventually 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. 7 years of him just adding stuff because he was worried the update would be underwhelming. And then I think he finally just got fed up. He was like, you know what? I'm releasing it. People can feel how they want. I'd say 2.2. I mean, it didn't have to take 7 years, but it was a good big update.
Disappoint. Third-party interventions. During the years, unfortunately, RobTop had to face a lot of different people either modding the game or just going to attack the servers themselves. The main examples are the known cheats. In the past, we didn't have stuff like MegaHack that were collabing with RobTop, but instead, individual programs to do specific stuff like NoClip. Now imagine you were a game developer and someone makes a cheat for your game that literally makes the player immune, allowing them to complete any level. The rational decision would be to patch it, right? But when you do, they come back again and again and again. And while you have to patch it multiple times, you also have to keep developing the next update of the game, because the community is also demanding that. And patching cheats is only the tip of the iceberg.
Bro, this level in the background, it looks kind of fun. I think this is the Janus Miracle. I should try to beat this. I think it's an insane demon.
In 2017, Geometry Dash had the biggest hacking scandal of its history. Thousands of accounts were
2017? What would that have been? Probably the GD forums. Team Hack. Or Team Hacks. That's probably what it was.
leaked, including from famous players and creators in the community. RobTop fixed what he could, but the damage was already done. The data of so many accounts were lost, and we even had people impersonating others.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, everyone involved were just teens. Anaban himself, who was one of the
Oh, Anaban. Okay, that's an OG hacker right there.
hackers involved, was a teen as well, and RobTop was the one who had to clean all the mess and fix the game. That was one of the reasons the updates had to be delayed.
Wait, what? I didn't know RobTop ever made a post like that. There was someone messing with Geometry Dash accounts. Everyone, please change. Did he actually say that? This is like lost media right here. I've never seen the screenshot. Why were his icons poop brown? What was RobTop doing back then, bro? Actually, wait. This is fake. Wait, no, this is a fake screenshot. Here's a spider. If this happened in 20... Oh my god. Did update 2.1 come out in 2017? Because I was going to say update 2.1 wasn't out. Oh my god, I think it was. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. We're old!
Community conflicts. The fact that RobTop rates every single level in the game has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
As mentioned before, one of the pros is having consistency in the standards that himself can control. But obviously, one of the cons is always being responsible for every level getting rated or not. RobTop is not a machine like a lot of people think. He is a human being. He spends most of his time working and programming, when he doesn't even
Well, does he spend most of his time like that? I don't know.
have to, but all of that is because he is passionate about the game. But after spending hours every day working on it, he definitely does not want to spend more time giving all of his attention to GD. This is where the community conflicts begin. RobTop receives a lot of hate for taking too long to do certain things sometimes, such as rating levels like the top 1 hardest demon, Thinking Space 2, that took months to get star rated, even though it
Yeah, I still don't know why Thinking Space 2 took so long to get rated. That was weird. Because this level, like, there's nothing wrong with this level. Like, it's a well-decorated level. It's kind of weird that it took so long to get rated. Like, did RobTop really just not see it for that long? I don't know.
had all the spotlight from the community when it was verified. Why? Because RobTop does not use his free time to search for community news. Sure, he has his moderators and people that pass important information for him, but he can't pay attention to every single level and event that is happening while working fully at the game. Speaking about levels like TS2, it's also insanely hard for RobTop to rate these levels simply because he is not good enough to check the level by himself. He has zero time to improve and become a better player, relying on the community's ratings and opinions. Atypical dev. RobTop is definitely different.
Yeah, he's not a typical dev. He's an atypical dev. Because he's weird and funny and different.
From most other game developers, he is extremely honest in not putting stuff in GD like microtransactions, gacha, or ads.
Bro, yeah, RobTop, we don't got no ads in the full version. We don't got no microtransactions, him trying to make a little extra buck. Like, bro, Geometry Dash is actually one of the greatest investments because literally 10 years ago, you could have went on Steam, bought the game for like $3, never had to spend another penny. All the updates for free from now on. No microtransactions, no, what is it called? DLC, no DLC, nothing. Once you get the game, you get the game. That's it. RobTop does not scam, bro.
He definitely could have made even more money from those things. As mentioned before, he also works in the game 100% by himself. He is passionate about it, but obviously, that ends up backfiring from one way or the other, because he is kinda stuck on doing this forever. Yes, he can hire people to do the job for him, but what if it doesn't work? GD itself is in a pretty good position as it is, but
Yeah.
imagine RobTop puts more people to have the same power as him, and the game just becomes worse. Or new decisions made just make the community angrier. GD was only made by him, not a team of devs. There's
Yeah.
not a big company behind everything taking care.
Bro, I sometimes wonder, like, I wonder if RobTop is ever gonna sell Geometry Dash. Because, like, picture this. Microsoft is like, yo, RobTop Games, we'll give you $200 million for your game. And then we get to do what we want with it. Like, I wonder if you'll ever, like exit one day, you know? I don't know. Also, in other news, is this Phobos?
And he also
Why is Phobos in the background, bro? I don't want to see that. I've seen enough Phobos in my lifetime. Why is this level playing in the background? No, they're actually trolling for that, bro, because they literally told me, GD explained, that I should go watch this. By the way, subscribe to them. They told me I should react to this on stream. They probably put this Phobos in here just so I would have to look at it more. I know what you are, GD explained.
Also has to face the consequences of being an atypical developer. Loss of control over the narrative. Unfortunately, not everyone in the community is aware of all those reasons that we mentioned, so because of that, RobTop often falls into false narratives and accusations. YouTubers, players, creators, and even well-intentioned community figures end up filling the gaps with speculation, assumptions, or half-truths. Over time, these interpretations spread faster than corrections ever could, turning uncertainty into common knowledge and framing RobTop as careless, lazy, or intentionally silent, even when none of that is accurate. The problem is that once a
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is weird sometimes when RobTop just randomly, like, dips for, like, months from the public eye. No messages publicly, no tweets, nothing. It's like, bro, like, what does RobTop do? And, like, I respect that he wants to be private about his life. In fact, I think that's the best thing to do. Otherwise, people would totally harass him all the time. All we know is that he lives in Sweden on a farm, and that's about it. That's about it. I don't see RobTop selling Geometry Dash, honestly. I think the game has sentimental value to him enough to refuse the deal. Yeah, you're probably right about that, to be honest. He definitely does have a sentimental attachment to this game, because, like, bro, he made it. Like, he created this thing and sparked such a gigantic worldwide phenomenon. Like, I'm sure he feels connected to this. And, like, if he lives on a farm, like, he's probably not looking to, like, have, like, a bunch of mansions all over the world. Like, he's probably just, like, a simple guy who wants to live his life, you know? Like, I don't think he's interested in becoming, like, a billionaire off of selling his game. Could be wrong, though. Maybe RobTop's a pimp. We just don't even know it.
narrative takes hold, it becomes almost impossible to undo. Any delay, lack of communication, or vague statement gets filtered through those existing.
Did he say vague? Did he mean vague? Vague statement?
Assumptions, reinforcing them instead of challenging them. RobTop isn't just fighting technical problems or development hurdles anymore. He's constantly reacting to a version of himself that the community has collectively imagined. And the larger the community grows, the less control he has over how his actions or inaction are perceived. The money.
Yeah.
I mean, how can one
Oh, there can't be one bad thing about the money.
person have this much money? He probably has to pay a lot of taxes. Poor Robert.
That's the end of the video. Yo, W video. Shout out to GD Explained. Be sure to go give them some love.